folks, and it's just a lot of fun.
It is, and we're all about connecting through social media and networking, and I think the biggest way you can network is go to your reunion, go to those reunions, family reunions,
and
class reunions.
Everybody has aged.
Everybody looks a little different, and that's okay.
That's just fine. So anyway, when the notice comes about a class reunion, don't just arbitrarily say, "Oh, I'm not going to go to that.
Right.
I see everybody I want to see." No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No,
you don't.
Lisa and Dietlin and Associates, your company out of Chicago. For those that missed our chit-chats a few months ago, remind us about your company and what you do.
Oh, well, we do wonderful things every day to help people change the world. My mom said, Lisa, it's a fundraising company, Philanthropy, and she said, how can you beg people every day for money? And I said, Mom, we don't beg people for money. We give them the opportunity to change the world, and that's what it's about. It's about making a difference. It's about helping nonprofits, companies, and individuals do better charitable work, that they know their dollars are absolutely affecting change.
Absolutely, and your company deals specifically with that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
On a national scale.
It does. I'm often on a plane and flying everywhere, and it's I often liken it. I think doctors, whenever someone hears someone's a doctor, they say, "Oh, I have this ache or pain." And when people hear I'm in fundraising, they, "Oh, let me tell you about something they did." So I'm very blessed that I get to hear lots of stories about people and how they fundraise and how they're trying to make a difference in their communities.
I like the term philanthropy a lot better than fundraising because philanthropy means ongoing funding for opportunities of people in the future.
Absolutely, it's long term. My first book, Transformational Philanthropy, I interviewed 23 entrepreneurs around the country and in Canada about why they give away money, and they want to do philanthropy. They want to have long-term, lasting change. They understand the charity that, you got to feed someone today, but really how do we change that paradigm so people can be self-sustaining or can go to school or the museums and libraries can be open. It's just not a one-day thing for them. It's a life commitment that a lot of entrepreneurs feel so blessed. They say, to those that much has been given, much is expected, and they really want to make a difference and lead in their communities.
Your first book is entitled what?
Transformational Philanthropy.
Okay.
I did swallow a dictionary when I wrote it. But it's, what I often say about fundraising is we feel like it's a transaction. If I buy a raffle ticket, I can win a car and it helps a charity. Well, what about just making a donation? Don't make the nonprofit. Get a car that you can buy a raffle ticket for, and you're hustling wrapping paper for your kid's school or whatever it is. I just bought $30 worth of popcorn for the Boy Scouts.
Hey, trails and popcorn, ladies and gentlemen. It is out and about now, and it's really good stuff.
I know. I was scared at my mom's this morning. I saw this envelope that said Yankee Candles, and I looked at my niece Anna, who's a junior at the high school, and I said, who's selling candles now? Because I know before I leave, one of the kids are going to say, Aunt Lisa, can you buy some candles to support? And I just think that's transactional,
Sure.
And it's about transformation. It's about making a huge difference.
And I just did my part in supporting Thunder Bay Junior High with their Krispy Kreme donut sale a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, those are the best.
And I have a freezer full of boxes of donuts now.
Okay, I know where I'm coming after this interview.
Exactly. They do freeze well, by the way.
Okay.
And your second book?
My second book came out last year, and it was called Making a Difference, 365 Tips, Ideas, and Stories to Change Your World. What I found is that a lot of people just wanted a daily point in the right direction type of tip or idea to say, how can I, on an everyday level, make a difference? And so it's a book full of tips, one for every day, that people can follow, or it might be inspirational idea or a quote that helps them go in the right direction. One of the things, people laugh at me, my friends, but every single day, Steve, I try to pick up one piece of garbage. I try to pick it up and put it in a receptacle. And I remember watching a Sesame Street with my nieces and nephews, and where there was this huge pile of garbage, and everyone, Big Bird and Oscar and everyone said, well, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. Well, they role played it back, and, Oscar dropped a banana peel, and Cookie Monster dropped the cookie wrapper, and Big Bird dropped something, and then there's all this trash. And the point was, if we all did our part, it would make a difference.
What a great analogy.
And then, I try every day to send a personal piece of correspondence, because that makes a difference in someone's life. I mean, we don't write letters anymore. Think about it. We send emails. Well, they get lost. I mean, oh yeah, so-and-so emailed me. You think, Sunday that you got something on Wednesday and you didn't respond to it. But how many times do we really sit down and put a pen to paper? And that makes a difference for somebody. And just to say, you know, I'm really sorry you lost your job. Congratulations on having a baby. Good luck with that fundraiser you're leading. I saw it in the paper. It's just really simple things that make a difference.
Very simple things that only take a couple of moments of your time to do make a huge difference to someone.
Absolutely they do. You think about the cards and the notes that you receive. It really does change people's lives.
All right, that's a book I think I'm going to get and put on my desk, because that one really sparked my interest. Then you have a third book coming out here very, very soon.
Third book's out this month, and it's actually making a difference too. More tips, stories, and ideas. So it's going to be a 3-volume set, and this is the second book coming out with more ideas and stories and tips. We found that people really liked it and said, can we have more? You know, can you give us some more ideas that we can journal? It's a book that you can also journal in, you can take notes in, you can jot down ideas. So we're very, very excited about the book coming out this month.
Available through like Amazon?
Amazon.com, our website, through my company. If you want to call the company office in Chicago, it's online, lmdietlin.com, and you know, we'll autograph it and ship it out to you.
Well, fantastic. Congratulations and all that. You're like, what do you call yourself, the John Grisham of philanthropy?
Some people do. Some people, you know, one of my first publishers. I know. I was telling someone, I said, you know, when I'm working on it late at night, I don't feel like John Grisham, but it's truly a passion and a love to be able to help guide people in ways that can make a difference. You know, I had the good fortune to be at Ground Zero just before 9/11, the 10th anniversary, and you know, it's haunting to remember what happened on that day, but it's so uplifting to see that Americans still remember and still want to make a difference.
You bet. It is the Hall of Fame weekend in Alpena, and it is homecoming weekend for Alpena.
Yes, it is. Go Wildcats!
And you are a distinguished member of the Alpena High School Alumni Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And there are 5 new inductees this year for the Hall of Fame.
There are. We're absolutely thrilled to be welcoming 5 new members, and from all sorts of walks of life. You know, we have Ron Winters, who's started many companies, and Dick Crittenden, you know, with Crittenden Construction, of course, and Larry Elliott with ABC Television.
Larry started his broadcast career here with us.
At WATZ?
Yes, he was with us years ago. In fact, there's a picture of Larry on our history web portion of our website.
Oh, we're going to have to look that up. We're going to have to. As a matter of fact, someone told me they saw him on television this morning, so they think he's going to be hopping in the car to get here for noon today. But I'm really excited that 2 of my classmates from the class of '81, Jeff Nickel and Kim Park, are going to be in town to be inducted and accept their awards. So, what Alpena High School does is just give you a fabulous platform in order to be able to succeed in your life. And so many of us, you, Steve, me, you know, Daryl Kelly, Kim, Jeff, Ron, Dick, and Larry have all been able to follow our passions. And
indeed.
Because we went to Alpena High and we had those resources available to us.
We're right here in our communities still doing this kind of stuff, or out and about, wherever you are in the world, pursuing those. But we started here in Alpena and got that foundation here.
Absolutely.
Hence the Alumni Hall of Fame. And, you know, a chance to honor those folks that have really gone on to do a lot of extraordinary things, but yet still give back.
Absolutely, and come back. You know, I mean, they're the quiet people who show up and do things in the community and are the unsung heroes, and it's a way to honor and say thank you and have them be committed again to Alpena High School. You know, we're often committed to our college alma maters, or our kids' schools, our houses of worship, but what about our public high school? And the Alpena High, it's not hard to believe, but we're coming up on, in about 15 years, our 150th anniversary. And I'm thinking all school reunion, you know, calling all Wildcats back, you know, and really between now and then gearing up for how are we going to celebrate that momentous moment of this school.
All of a sudden I feel old. You say that a few more years it's going to be the 150th. Well, my graduating class was the 100th.
Oh,
like,
see?
So now all of a sudden I feel...
Well, you know, we'll be there. Well, I have to say, my mom had her 50th, and she was watching a lot of television programs, and there was a group of, I think she said it was about 20 people who were having their 90th class reunion. They were 108 years old, so we got a ways to go, Steve.
Which brings us into Alpena High School Excellence Fund, a chance for people and businesses and corporations to provide some funding for much needed activities and programs and things you may not think about.
Absolutely.
And we're kind of initiating that now.
We are. We're absolutely, this is the official kickoff this weekend of the AHS Excellence Fund. When I was inducted last year, I asked Matt Poley, the principal of the high school, and the superintendent, Bren, and I asked Joyce McCoy, what could I do to help? And they started telling me stories that really, stuck with me. They told me the story about having laptops that are perfectly functioning except the battery is run out and they don't have the $112 in the budget, because the state has budgets and millages do or don't pass or at the levels they should. And they said, we can't replace the batteries, and so our kids don't have access to that machine. Or they talked about the exchange student from a foreign country who maybe it was a warm climate and came here and didn't have boots or the right coat. And the parents, by the time it got here, the snowstorm would be in full blizzard mode. So how do we get $40 or $50 to buy a coat and a pair of boots? And they talked about all the student who wins an award, and the parents might be out of work and can't afford to send that student to accept the award. And those are things that we got to do. The money was there. I mean, when we were in school, and we got to do a lot of those things. It wasn't as tough economic times, and we have to do better. And that became the theme for those of us who've been inducted to date, that we have to do better. And so the 29 of us who were inducted decided to make donations and seed the fund, the AHS Excellence Fund, and now take it out to everyone and share that message that we were very, very fortunate to have an Alpena High School education, and let's give that back to our students.
For all of those things that come up, all of those expenses that come up, they're very real expenses and very real needs that just don't seem to fit into anybody else's budget.
Right. And
there's this fund available for just those things, whether it's $20 here or $110 there, to take care of some of those needs.
And what a lot of reunion classes are doing, the class of, the 50th reunion, ours did, we're taking a portion of our proceeds from our reunion and making a donation. Right. The class of 1981 made a $300 donation on our 30th anniversary, and we sold raffle tickets, and that was a lot of fun. Everyone got into it, and $300 makes a difference. Every little bit makes a difference. So I'm challenging the class of 82, Steve, Lori, all of you guys out there. We expect you guys to do the same.
Ours is coming up next summer.
Absolutely. And, the class of 1961, their 50th reunion, they're making a donation. So it's just an easy way to give back. And, when we're all together and we're reminiscing.
And I know there's information on the school website about the Excellence Fund. alpenaschools.org is the website. Go there, and there's information right there about it and how to donate, whether privately or a business, corporation, what
Absolutely.
have you.
And you can be anonymous. You can have your name listed. When all else fails, pick up the phone and call Matt Poley at the high school. If you can't figure it out on the website, because some of us are a little challenged that way, don't let the technology impede you from being successul and contributing back.
Right. Phone call works just as well.
Oh my gosh, I love phone calls.
We have to surround ourselves with people who are comfortable with technology, don't we?
We do. I'm becoming more comfortable every day, but I still like that old-fashioned phone call. I had when I was traveling up here last night, I arrived about 1:45 in the morning, and my last friend to call me called from Tucson, Arizona, where it was only 8 when we started talking. It was 11. And she goes, is it okay? I go, oh my God, thank gosh. Because I've got 2 more hours or 3 more hours to drive. So I love the phone.
It's just a wonderful opportunity to have you here in the studio with us. Enjoy homecoming weekend in Alpena. The alumni activities that are coming up starting here in the next couple of hours.
Absolutely.
There's a luncheon over at the high school. You'll be there.
Luncheon, and yes, I'll be saying a few remarks at the luncheon, and then, of course, the pep rally. I used to MC those, remember in the day. And I just have a ball seeing how they've evolved and how wonderful they are and how spirited the students are. I've been hearing all week about the different days, Spirit Day, Hair Day, and Decade Day, and Nerd Day. I guess it was
yesterday.
And so I've just been having a ball watching that. Of course, the parade, and then the tailgate party.
Good stuff.
And go Wildcats. My brother lives in Cadillac, but we have to beat the
Vikings are coming to Alpena.
But the Wildcats are going to win.
All right, there you go. We're going to give you the over and under here. We're going to write this down.
Yeah, after. Okay, come on. Let's go off air. We'll put it back.
Thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you, Steve. Steve.
Nadine is in the studio as well. Nadine, thank you.
Yeah.
She's on track.
She does, and she keeps me
scheduling-wise
very much on track. I'm very appreciative.
Lisa and Dietlin and Associates, member of the Alpena High School Alumni Hall of Fame. It's Hall of Fame weekend and homecoming weekend for Alpena. Want some information about the Excellence Fund for Alpena High School? You can get that info online at alpenaschools.org. It's 8:32.
I have a ball with you.